Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 news video. In this video I'll show you the vehicles and machine of the Plains and Prairies DLC. This DLC will be available at June 3rd for all platforms. And it is part of the season pass, but if you don't want to have a season pass, you can also buy it separately. And if you want to buy it and make me happy, then you can order it through my partner link in the description below. So now let's have a look. We have a short overview here on this parking place. Then we go to the shop for all the configurations, and I prepared the most important machines on the field that we can see them working. So here we have all the tractors from the smallest. Most of the tractors are from Versatile and 2 from Ford, and they are in cooperation with Versatile. So here you can see those are the same tractors, just one is branded Ford and the other is branded Versatile. And here we have the same again, one Ford and the same tractor in different colors, different brandings as a Versatile machine. And here, those 4 tractors are vintage tractors. And here we have another very, very vintage tractor, the Big Roy. And this is from 1977. And it was something like a world record in this time. Maybe not really world record, but close to world record. And Versatile wanted to make a statement with this Big Roy. It has 600 horsepower, so it's really not shabby. And then we have one vehicle that looks like a tractor on stilts, but it is a self-propelled sprayer, either like a normal sprayer for liquid fertilizer or herbicide, or a fertilizer spreader, and this is fertilizer sprayer, so somehow it is not for liquid fertilizer, but this normal fertilizer, this Granny, but it has all this things here to the side. It's pneumatic and a special functionality, and it looks like a Fendt tractor, but it's not a real tractor because it is all together, so it's not a tractor and then the fertilizer spreader, but it's a self-propelled sprayer. But it looks different to other self-propelled sprayers. The shape of it is more Fendt tractor-like. It's called Fendt Rogator. And yeah, it is one object in the shop, but we can configure those 3 different variations. And here we have an international truck. And you can have it with a nice cap. Let's just jump inside and have a look. Here you can sleep. It's comfortable. You have a lot of play. And even a second guy can have a sleep there. So you can nearly live there with your whole family. Not really, but I think a lot of people who are truckers, they live in such conditions, and this is a good place, I think. Yeah, and let's go to the machines. Here we have 2 machines, or 2 trailers that are for the truck. And this here is a live bottom trailer from Trout River. And it raises at the back and not at the front. So it's a tipper, but the other way around. It's very funny to watch and to use. Here we have a rather big trailer for slurry. And here we have a slurry spreader, also rather big, and here more medium-sized. And the special thing about those is they have a lot of axles, and those raise and go down depending on the ground. So if you are on a bumpy road, only one axle goes up, and then in the end you can drive very smooth. And here we have a very big disc harrow. You need 600 horsepower to use it. Here we have another pneumatic fertilizer spreader with a lot of capacity, but not so wide. And as you can see, it's not self-propelled. Here we have an auger wagon. It's rather big. It has 88 cubic meters. This is really big. Here we have a planter, and there we have a combination of a seeder here with a tank, and you need both to work with this. And as you can see, it's massive. Oh, and we also have a small tractor, just a normal size, and rather big medium size. So I think it's in the category of the big tractors, but compared to those other tractors, it's medium size. Oh, and let's have a look. I think I missed one. Talking about, yeah, here. This is the most beefy tractor, but this is a modern one. It goes up to 665 horsepower. And yeah, it is not a vintage tractor. And as you can see here, it has tracks and also from Versatile. So now let's jump into the shop and to check them out rather fast. I told you a lot of them already while walking. Here we have the front loader for this small Nemesis tractor. This is a modern Versatile tractor, and it's more or less the same model than the Kubota 8. But I think it looks very nice. And here we have this rather big, but compared to the other medium-sized tractor, it's from 300 up to 400 horsepower, so it's quite beefy. And here the Ford tractor, the first one, starts with 365 horsepower, and then another one of those. And here is the bigger one. It has 470 horsepower, and another one, Versatile, looking the same. This Ford tractor is called Versatile. So the brand is Ford, and then it's 1156 Versatile. And so you can see this very close connection between those two. And here we have the Big Roy that I showed to you. And this is the modern, the Delta Track. And then we have the machinery, the Seahawk, and the, it's Vederstad PD1000. It's just a tank, so it doesn't have its own name, just PD1000. And it's massive, this thing. And here we have the Tempo K24. This is the planter. And this is the auger wagon from Brand. Here we have the not self-propelled fertilizer spreader, the air boom applicator from Salford, and the independent series, the disc harrow, also from Salford, and it is huge. Here is this bottom rear lift from Trout River, and from GEA we have this is just a tank, and those are spreaders for liquid manure. And here we have the rogator, and maybe we go here into this. There you can see this is the sprayer for liquid stuff, and you have a choice from the working width from 27 meters up to 40 meters. And yeah, you can configure it, and then it looks completely different. This is just a normal, no, it's not a normal fertilizer spreader, because nothing is normal with this rogator. But it's more normal than the Airmax fertilizer spreader that looks like a sprayer for liquid stuff, but it sprays this this grainy stuff. And yeah, I know some of you guys are very excited about this pneumatic spraying or distributing the stuff. And I think in reality the advantage might be that you can distribute it more evenly. Yeah, and here we have this International. But as you can see, it's a rather big pack, and I think it's, yeah, it has a lot of very interesting machines, and therefore I think it's really good. So now let's have a look how it is on the field. And here, this is a very special combination, as you can see. Here, this is the tank, and look how huge it is. And we are big, so we as a player, we are at least 2 meters high. And even then, this machine looks gigantic. I guess when you see it in real life, it's like apartment building. Yeah, and here we have the sewing machine. And it looks more like a cultivator with some pipes, because all the other stuff is behind. And here we have this very strong tractor. So let's just activate it. Yeah, it's rather slowly, but massive. And I think when you play with this on a huge map like that, or on a map with huge fields, then yeah, it's a good feeling to have such a huge machine. Okay, let's check the next one. This is the planter, and it's not ready for direct seeding. And therefore I already cultivated this. Yeah, it's quite a long way to go there. You would need a little bike in your pocket that you can unfold. And I'm already running. So here we have this planter. And the tractor is the medium-sized, the modern one. Maybe we can just sit inside and have a fast look. And you can tell it's a modern tractor. So, yeah, you can hardly see that it's working, but in the distance you see the difference between the textures. And I deactivated the seasons, the seasonal cycles, to be able to sow corn in August. Usually this wouldn't be possible. Okay, maybe we can jump to the next one. No, we run. The next one will be the cultivator. And I thought it would be nice to have the big Roy, because you need, it's not a cultivator, it's a disc harrow, but it does the same job. So here you can see the discs. Yeah. And here we have the big Roy. And let's just sit inside. And here we can see a back camera, but it's not working for us. And I think in the 1977 model, I don't think they had such a back camera. So maybe that is a newer edition or so. Yeah, and we have passenger seats in the back to the sides, 2 of them. Very fancy. Yeah. So we just need to lower it and then very slowly start working. But then we become faster. So it takes a while. And somehow, in a way, I love this tractor best from this pack, because it's so cool and old-fashioned. But for using, I think I prefer the small and the medium-sized tractor, because they are normal tractors that I can use on my farm. And I don't have such a huge farm in my save game. Yeah, so I like the tractors on both ends best. The next thing is this Salford, a special pneumatic fertilizer spreader. And we have the Ford tractor. I think that is the smaller one of the both. Yeah, 976. This is the smaller one. And we just activate it. And here you can see all the grains coming out. It's not vapor, but it's grains that are coming out. And we drive. And I would think, I don't know it, but I would think that the distribution of the grains is more evenly spreaded when you use such a pneumatic thing instead of the normal fertilizer spreader. But in-game it won't make a difference, I guess. So now you see all these fancy, funny Fendt tractors. No, not tractors. Self-propelled fertilizer and herbicide spreader. But they are so funny. I really like them. They are very expensive, and I ask myself, is it really worth the price? But they look so funny that I really like them. So here I have liquid fertilizer. And there you can see this is the usual vapor coming outside, or the liquid. And this is just like other spreaders are working. So I try to jump to the next one. Yes, it worked. Very good. This is the self-propelled normal fertilizer spreader, where it is sprayed like with the usual ones. And the working width is just 20 meters. To be honest, I would prefer the Amazon with 42. So I think I wouldn't take that one in the game. Maybe in reality it's an awesome machine. But maybe I would take the sprayer. Because I like this fancy, funny Fendt tractor self-propelled sprayer mixture. Yeah, and I like the one I have in my save game now. I use the Dino, or maybe you call it Dino. But this is so funny. And here we have this pneumatic fertilizer spreader for the solid fertilizer. Here you see all the grains. And for playing, not for reality, but for playing, I would say it combines the disadvantages of a sprayer with the disadvantages of a fertilizer spreader. So we have this bulky metal stuff that looks fancy, but it's really not practical, especially not on smaller fields, especially not when you have trees around the fields. And this is the main advantage of the sprayer, in my opinion. And yeah, you can only use it for fertilizer. And the sprayer can be used for herbicide as well. This is the advantage of the sprayer. So even if this one is the most fancy one of those three, and it looks good, I think I wouldn't use it. So now let's jump to the slurry one. This is the smaller one of the slurry tanks. And wow, it is really eager to drive this tractor. This is the medium-sized tractor. And it is modern, but when you see this, it doesn't look so modern. This round thingies, they are in old-fashioned style, but here we have a screen, so it's not really old-fashioned, but not really modern style. So now, and look here, we have the slurry. I can nearly smell it when it's coming out here like that. Okay, so now let's jump to the other side. No, not here. Rather there. I want to show you this bottom lifter trailer. here I really think it's so fancy and funny. Here it is a nice trailer, and then it gets really interesting. I have fertilizer inside, and I want to put this fertilizer into this fertilizer spreader as an example. So, and now I lift the back, and I do this like with a front loader. So I press my mouse button and go down, and you can see the front of the truck is pulling behind. So it's really, really fancy. And yeah, then I drive a little bit more backward, and now I get the dump signal, this I, and yeah, it's delivering the stuff against gravity. And fast. It's really impressive and funny. Yeah, and now I do the same with my mouse. It takes a while to bring it up and down. What a fancy machine. And the last one we want to see is this really, really big auger wagon. And you can see it's big. It's massive. I think 4 families can live in this. So I open up the pipe, and you need 550 horsepower. And this is mainly because we need this pipe to be very fast and deliver the stuff fast, and for this you need a lot of power. So I just want to fill up this trailer again. And that's it. And I think it's impressive. So now let's jump to the big Roy. Yeah, in my German video, I wanted to jump to the big Roy in the end, and then I took the other vintage versatile tractor, and I didn't realize it until it was too late. I took the 1156, but it was a nice ride. So let's just have we already had this look inside, and it's very sad that we can't use this rear or back camera, because it would be so useful when sitting inside and attaching something to the back. So let's just drive a little bit with this exceptional machine. Yeah. What is my conclusion about this pack? I think it's a fantastic pack for every player who likes to play on big fields with big machines, and for players who like vintage big machines, but also modern huge machines, because we have both vintage ones and modern ones. And it's not so much a pack for a lot of European players who like to play on smaller maps. And I already heard a lot of complaints about this. It's always the same. When we get big machinery, the Europeans complain. And when we get small machineries, the American players complain. And when we get very, very tiny machines like the Antonio Carraro pack, nearly everybody complains, apart from the few Alpine players who say, oh, those tractors are fantastic, we use them every day. So it's always that a big player group is complaining very loud. But I already heard a lot of American players are very, very, very happy about this pack. And I think the name has given it away already in the beginning, so everybody could know that the second DLC would be a DLC with huge machines. And therefore everybody who bought the season pass and is now complaining, okay, I can't help them, because everybody could have known. Yeah, and I like the machines, but I don't like to drive with those, how it's called, articulated, I think it's just articulated. So the steering, the articulated steering, I really have problems with it. But there are 2 tractors without this, the smaller ones, and I really like the International. It's such a nice truck, so if I want to have a truck, this is awesome. And I find this backlifting trailer hilarious. I guess it's rather a useful feature, but I think it's completely funny. And I like those rogators, but I think, to be honest, they are very useless. So I wouldn't use them from a financially useful purpose. But somehow I really like them. Maybe you know this. Sometimes something is not reasonable but really likable. And yeah, that's for me with those rogators. And did I forget something? Yeah, a lot of those machines I forgot. Yeah, I made a map with very big fields, but usually I don't play with big fields. Therefore, usually I won't use it, but I'm looking forward to use the small tractor in my Riverbend Springs Let's Play on my German channel. So I think nearly everybody can find something, but it's not the typical pack for me, to be honest. And now it's your turn. Tell me, is it the typical pack for you? Are you happy about this pack? And what are you planning to use from this pack? And yeah, what's your favorite machine in this pack? I would be really interested, especially because I get those impressions from my German audience and this international impressions. And I know not all of you are American. There are a lot of people from the UK with not so huge fields, and others from all around the world. And therefore, for me, it's very, very interesting to know what you players like and how you players play. Yeah, that also helps me for deciding what to mod. And no, I won't build my own tractors. That's good for the vehicle modders. But to know how the play style is also helps me for making maps and building my buildings. And therefore, I'm happy if you write in the comments whether and what you like from this pack. Okay then. Thank you for your support as a Ruby channel member. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!